No, I haven't gone crazy. No, I'm not denying all the things I said on this channel in the past videos. But there is a big but. Let's get to it. Okay guys, welcome to Anna Dialogue. Compact disc, the CD. Most of us practically have grown up mainly with CDs. Not in the last period maybe, but if you count how much time, how many hours, we're certainly going to have a huge portion occupied by CD reproduction. The CD, the best medium in the world. Well, it could have been. Yes, that's the provocation, the truth of what it could have been. In this video, I want to go through a few of the main aspects why compact disc is a great, excellent medium, and what happened to this format, what happened to this type of medium of reproduction, of hi-fi reproduction, why it was sabotaged, why it was killed at its birth. Let's get to it. Okay guys, so let's just briefly go through a few of the main qualities of CDs. Well, first of all, we have loads of titles. I mean, there's so many, it's countless. Yes, vinyl and other formats do keep up, but not as much as CDs. I mean, there's really hundreds and thousands of titles. Can't deny that. Plus, we have a high availability of players, because not only CD players, but if you think of all the computers, if we think of the PlayStations, of the DVD players, of the Blu-rays, I mean, there's so many places where you can reproduce a CD. Also in your car, for example. Yes, of course, digital files are even more playable now, perhaps, but I'm not so sure about that. Not everyone. In any case, it is a top factor, nonetheless. Point number 3. It's cheap. It's darn cheap. It wasn't in the beginning. True. But in the last 10 years, 15 years, oh boy, I mean, they really don't cost anything. I mean, if you want to buy a tangible medium today, the cheapest way is probably a CD. Can't deny that either. Number 4, we have a very low distortion, very low noise. Can't deny that either. It's an excellent medium. We have an amazing type of dynamic range. It's wide, nice and wide, 96 dB. And with noise shaping dithering, it could even reach higher stages than that. 120 dB, they claim. So, I mean, we really could have an amazing quantity of dynamics, much more than analog. We must admit this. Nevertheless, as we will see, something happened. Another important point, frequency response, frequency range. Even in this case, an excellent frequency range. It could go down virtually from 2 Hertz all the way up to 22.05 kilohertz, which is the half, according to the Nyquist theory, of the sampling frequency, which is 44.1 kilohertz per 16 bits, as we all know. Which it isn't something casual. We must admit this. I mean, these are numbers that engineers came out according to what human ears can hear, actually, which is correct until a certain point. As you know, there's much else beyond these frequencies, and they influence the audible spectrum. As you know, I did a dedicated video on this topic. If you're interested, here is a link. We must also admit that now, and it's been since the last, I would say, 15 years, at its pinnacle. The technology, CD technology, it's at its pinnacle. I mean, if you buy a decent quality CD player, it's going to be amazing because we had this huge evolution and now we really master that technology, even too long. It is really an anomaly, as I say, usually, the CD production. It's incredible that we still have it today. Nonetheless, we're also after vinyl records, so I guess we can't get surprised anymore on these facts. Okay, so if we just look at these specs, anyone would say, wow, fantastic, it must be amazing, it must sound amazing. Yes, it does. But if you get a high-quality analog source, in most cases, it's not the case. It's not going to happen. An analog source is just going to be more engaging. But I don't want to talk about this. We're not talking about analog versus digital, digital versus analog. Who cares about that? Actually, I would like to underline the potential of compact discs. I think there are mainly 4 reasons why they practically decided to kill the darn medium and keep it low quality almost since the beginning. What am I talking about? Well, first of all, one of the most important, compression. Okay? You could also talk about data compression, meaning there's not actual compression, but they could have done more resolution, a higher resolution, and a higher sampling rate. But let's leave that aside. They decided that, which is sufficient, actually. What I'm talking about, compression of the dynamic range, the loudness war. Oh, man. If you don't know what that is, you just have to Google it. There's tons of videos, tons of information. The basic factor, unfortunately, is that if you compress the peaks, if you compress the signal, there's going to be more volume to compete with the other albums, the other productions, in order to be enjoyable. Absolutely not. Enjoyable. Absolutely not. Playable on all types of gizmos, of phones, little radios, and crappy things like that. And also, obviously, in streaming. So you have to bring everything very easily, low quality, so it can be used, consumed everywhere. And that's the downside in general of digital, even though things are changing now with high res. But we'll go back to that in another video. In any case, this is a huge sabotage to the quality, the potential quality of CD, the loudness war. What else? Well, in my opinion, I think to really enjoy a good CD, because there are good CDs, and we're going to come to this, you need a very high quality DAC, which in most cases, since I would say 20 years ago, it was very hard to have. Even the concept of an external DAC wasn't present. We just used what was inside the CD players, which in most cases is crap. So now if you get a high quality DAC and you're coming from a normal CD player, you're going to find a huge leap in quality, an amazing leap in quality. In fact, only when I got a top-notch CD player with a top-notch conversion, I understood how good a good CD can be. Another important point, number 3, that completely disrupts, kills the quality of a CD is the low quality of the production chain. I mean, if you analyze who does high quality CDs, you immediately understand that we have a huge difference. The single steps in producing a CD, I mean the technology employed, okay, is just not that good. Maybe because people were just thinking, it's a CD, it's lasers, it's pits and valleys, don't worry, let's go ahead, there's filters after, no problem. Baloney, no, absolutely. And one of the main reasons I can say this is XR CDs, for example. XR CDs, you just take a look at the chain. I don't know if you can see it. In any case, Google it, you can find this. And these are the first versions, now it's even better. This is a normal CD. They just called it XR Extended Resolution. I made a video. Here's a link if you want to know more information on them. And this is a perfect example that what you can do with a good recording, obviously, but a good production chain, which is lacking in CD production. Obviously, in some cases, things are done correctly. Absolutely. In fact, for example, if you take a quality house that makes CDs, that has been making CDs since, I would say, 20, 30 years ago, maybe even more. For example, Telarc. I mean, yes, they do good recordings, absolutely, but they also care of the quality of the rest of the process. Now I presented this in my videos on the blues, best blues records. Here's a link. This is one of my reference CDs, Truth is Not Fiction, by Otis Taylor. An amazing album. The sonics in this CD is just flabbergasting, stellar. And this is just a normal CD, done correctly. So what is the problem? The highest and biggest problem, besides these three things I told you: the compression, the lack of high quality DACs, especially in the past, low quality production chain, but also bad mastering. Bad mastering. Yes. That is one of the key factors why CD sounds so bad. It's not only this. Okay, we've said this. There are some issues, there are some problems. But a good mastering would have saved so many albums, so many recordings, so many versions that we have to rebuy over and over in order to find a high quality version in vinyl and tape and even master tapes. You know, I buy master tapes. Oh my, geez. It's incredible. And for example, recently, here's a link to a video where I compared a vinyl record, excellent, high quality, limited edition with its CD, AQ CD, analog quality CD. And the CD was just as good or even better than the vinyl edition. Yes, because it was done and mastered properly. One last example I want to give you is one of my favorite albums of all time in jazz, Jazz at the Pawn Shop. Yes, it's an XR CD, the JVC line of high quality CDs, but they're simple CDs, as I said before. Now, if you get the vinyl, if you get the Super Audio CD, if you get any higher resolution version, I don't know why, I always prefer this version here. Absolutely. This is top of the tops, in my opinion. I always go back to this one because it has been done properly. Plus, there are other types of high quality CDs where they employed high quality materials, or where they use other technologies combined with just normal CDs, like, for example, HD CD. I also did a video on that. Here's a link. You do need a dedicated chip inside. But again, with just a little extra quality, CD becomes amazing. And I wanted to highlight this. I wanted to make this nice, crystal clear, because I love analog stuff, absolutely. But as you can see, I have thousands of CDs, and there is a reason. In most cases, in just a few cases, there are excellent, but just a few cases. Because, once again, unfortunately, someone, I guess, just decided to make them sound bad. I'm sorry for you, CD. You had great potential. Bye, guys. Well, guys, if you're enjoying my videos and you're enjoying my channel, please consider to subscribe by clicking the black and white logo here below. Also, don't forget to click the notification bell so you'll never miss an episode and you will become a true member of the analog community.